Before you start this project, here's a list of tools that you'll need. Located in the top right, you'll find a hammer icon. Click that and then go down to DFF.io. Then we're going to hit the A, and then we're going to press import DFF. After that, we're going to import our DFF file. So if we click that and hit open. So now we have our model in game, so we're just going to zoom in with the scroll wheel. Now we're going to assign the skin to the model. So if we go to modifier or modify, and then we go to editable mesh and expand that, and then go to polygon, or element for that matter, and just select the whole skin, like that. Then we open up our extracted textures from the TXD file, and then we're going to import them over the model itself. So here is swfyst.tga, and that's the model that we're editing. So I'm going to put the image over the model by dragging it, and now our model is skinned. Now that we have it skinned, we're going to actually unwrap the current texture and replace it with something else. So in this instance, I'm going to be selecting the back of this model here by selecting several polygons. And to select polygons, make sure you click the polygon selection up here in the expanded editable mesh list. Now that I have the polygon selected that I want to edit, I'm going to go up to the modifier list and I'm going to go down to unwrap UVW. Now that it's unwrapped, I'm going to expand this list. Now that we've expanded the list, I'm going to open the UV editor, and I'm going to click on polygon up here. Then we're going to scroll down to the projection mapping and click on planar map. As you can see, it's changed on the left hand side here. Now our goal is actually to adjust this yellow frame and add the polygons in the center of it. So we can do this by manipulating it. So if we use the move tool and move it backwards a bit and up, as well as rotate it, we can eventually get to the point where it's resized and about the approximate size of the texture itself, or the polygons that we've selected. So now we have it here on the left side. We can adjust where the texture is going to be placed on a texture map by going to vertices and moving the object. So I'm going to put it down in the bottom left corner so it doesn't take up too much space. Now we're going to export the UV template. So if I go to Tools and then Render UVW Template, I'm going to set the width and height to 512 and 512. Now I'm going to render the UVW template, and I'm going to go ahead and save it into the folder that I'm working with. I'm going to call this logo.tga. After that, we can close out of all the things we just had open, and we can right-click Unwrap UVW and go ahead and hit Collapse to. If a pop-up comes up and it's warning you, just go ahead and hit yes. Go ahead and click on Editable Mesh, expand upon it, and click on Polygon. Then we're just going to minimize 3ds Max. Now we're going to import our new UVW export into Photoshop. You can do this by just clicking and dragging it in, or whichever you prefer. Now we're going to actually texture the object, so I'm just going to make a quick selection with the pen tool, and I'm going to apply a texture. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward it here so you can see exactly what I'm going to do to this without wasting any time. we're going to go ahead and put it back into 3ds Max and apply it to the selection that we've made. Before you attempt to skin your selection, make sure you have polygon selected and the things that you've adjusted in 3ds Max selected as well. Now I'm going to apply the texture by dragging and dropping the logo over it, or the image that we've created. As you can see, it's backwards, but that's merely my fault, but that's okay. Now we need to assign the materials to the model. Now we open the material editor. You can either press M or go up here and click on material editor. So what we're going to do is go to the GTA material, and then we're going to have this dialog pop up. Go ahead and double click it. We're going to go down here to color, and we're going to click on this little object that says none. We're going to go to bitmap, and now we're going to go to the folder where we're keeping our image, and we're going to assign logo.tga to it. As you can see, it's connected, and now we can just close this dialog here. Now it's time to export our new DFF model. We can do this by clicking on skin, going to the hammer, and reopening our DFF IO. Down at the bottom, you'll notice the export DFF. Go ahead and click on bone/skin export. There isn't much else to do other than probably not overwrite the current DFF that we have, but probably make a new folder for it. So I'm going to make a folder called edited, and then I'm going to go inside and put the name of my model down. Now we're going to use TXT Workshop to import the new texture. So if we go to txtworkshop.exe, or we simply just drag the txt over the exe, it'll open it automatically for us. So here it is here. Now what we need to do is go to image and then duplicate. We're going to rename this one to the name of the image that we're using. So we're using logo.tga. So we're just going to do logo, and then we're going to do logo A. And we're going to keep alpha is used on, and then we're going to go ahead and compress it to DX3. Go ahead and press OK. Now we can simply just drag and drop the new image over. As you can see, it's imported, and now we can just save the TXT. If you ever need to check if the material is properly assigned to the model, you can use TXT Workshop for that. So if you go to File and then DFF check, whilst having the actual TXT open, you open the model that you've edited, and you can see a list of check marks. And these determine whether or not it's been loaded in properly. So as you can see, it does actually read the logo. I've gone ahead and added the new files into ModLoader, so now I can test it in game. So let's go see if it worked. You can see, now I have it actually working in game. The text is backwards, but that's mostly my fault. The text will appear basically how you put it on the model. But that's not the point. I'm just showing you how to make textures and put them on models. Hopefully this helps some of you guys creating texture reworks for models in the future, and maybe that'll clear up some questions for everyone. Thanks for watching.